I walked into the cafeteria and everyone was staring at me. Not in a good way. In that way where you know something terrible is about to happen. And then I saw him. My stepbrother Tyler standing on a table in the middle of the room. Holding my notebook. My private notebook. The one I kept hidden in my backpack. He grinned at the crowd like he was about to perform. And then he shouted loud enough for everyone to hear, "Look what my stepsister wrote. She actually thinks she'll make the dance team." He started reading my goals out loud. My fears. My hopes. And everyone laughed. Like I was the punchline to a joke I never agreed to tell. My stepbrother treated me like a joke. For months. But he had no idea that life was about to flip the script. Let me tell you how it happened. My name is Chloe. I'm 15. And 6 months ago, my life completely changed when my mom married Tyler's dad. Suddenly, I went from being an only child to having an older stepbrother. Tyler was 17, a senior and basically the king of our high school. Star of the basketball team. Popular. Confident. The kind of guy everyone wanted to be friends with. At first, I thought having a stepbrother would be cool. Maybe we'd get along. Maybe he'd look out for me at school. But I was so wrong. Tyler made it clear from day one that he didn't want me there. Not in his house. Not in his life. And definitely not at his school. He never said it directly. He was too smart for that. He'd say things with a smile in front of our parents so it sounded like harmless teasing. But I knew the truth. He wanted me gone. He'd call me the new addition, like I was a piece of furniture. He'd introduce me to his friends as my dad's wife's kid, instead of his stepsister. He'd make jokes about how I was still figuring out how things work around here. And everyone would laugh. Because Tyler was charming. And I was just the awkward girl trying to fit into a family that already felt complete without me. Our parents didn't see it. They were too busy being happy newlyweds. They'd look at us and say things like, "We're so glad you two are getting along." And Tyler would smile and nod. And I'd smile too. Because what else was I supposed to do? Tell them their perfect son was making my life miserable? They wouldn't believe me. They'd just think I was being difficult. So I stayed quiet. And I tried to survive. Everything got worse when I decided to try out for the school dance team. Dance was the one thing I'd always loved. The one thing that made me feel like myself. I'd been dancing since I was 7, but I'd never had the courage to audition for a team before. This felt like a fresh start. A chance to finally do something that was mine. I didn't tell anyone I was trying out. Not my mom. Not my friends. And definitely not Tyler. I just showed up to auditions one afternoon after school, nervous but excited. The tryouts went better than I expected. I nailed the choreography. The coach even smiled at me after my routine. I walked out of that gym feeling like maybe, just maybe, things were starting to look up. But when I got home, Tyler was waiting in the kitchen. He looked at me with this weird smirk. "So I heard you tried out for the dance team." My stomach dropped. "How did you know that?" "One of the guys on the basketball team saw you. Said you were actually pretty decent." He said it like it surprised him. Like he couldn't believe I was capable of being good at something. I shrugged, trying to play it cool. "Yeah, I've been dancing for a while." He laughed. "Good for you, Chloe. Maybe you'll finally find something to do besides awkwardly existing in this house." I didn't respond. I just walked upstairs, my chest tight, wondering why everything I did felt like a target on my back. A week later, the dance team roster was posted. I made it. I actually made it. I was so happy I wanted to scream. But when I told my mom and stepdad at dinner, Tyler was the first to speak. "That's great, Chloe," he said with fake enthusiasm. "Maybe now you'll stop being so boring." Everyone laughed. Like it was a joke. Like he was being supportive. But I saw the look in his eyes. He wasn't happy for me. He was annoyed. And I had no idea why. After I made the dance team, Tyler's jokes got meaner. And more public. At school, he'd see me in the hallway and shout things like, "There's my stepsister, the dancer. Don't trip." And his friends would laugh. And I'd smile like it didn't bother me. But it did. Every single time. He started calling me try hard in front of people. He'd mimic the way I walked. The way I talked. He'd tell his friends exaggerated stories about me that made me sound weird or annoying. And because Tyler was popular, people believed him. They started looking at me differently. Like I was a joke. Like I didn't belong. One day he took a video of me practicing a dance routine in our living room. I didn't know he was recording. He posted it on his private story with the caption, "When your stepsister thinks she's a backup dancer." His friends screen recorded it. It spread. People I didn't even know were laughing at me. I confronted him that night. "Why would you do that? That was private." He shrugged. "Relax, Chloe. It's just a joke. You're too sensitive." "It's not a joke when everyone's laughing at me." "Maybe if you weren't so easy to laugh at, people wouldn't," he said. And then he walked away, leaving me standing there feeling smaller than I'd ever felt in my life. I started avoiding him at school. I'd eat lunch in the library. I'd take different hallways. I stopped talking about dance at home. I stopped talking about anything, really. I felt invisible. And the worst part? I started believing that maybe Tyler was right. Maybe I was just the awkward stepsister who didn't belong. Maybe I was a joke. But then one night I heard something that changed everything. I was walking past Tyler's room on my way to the bathroom when I heard him on the phone. His door was cracked open. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I heard my name, so I stopped. I don't know, man, Tyler was saying. It's just weird having her around all the time. Like my dad's obsessed with making us this perfect blended family. But it's not. It's fake. And now she's on the dance team and everyone keeps asking me about her. Like I'm supposed to care. There was a pause. Then he said something that made my chest tighten. I just feel like, I don't know, like I'm being replaced or something. My dad barely asks about my games anymore. It's all about Chloe. How's Chloe adjusting? Is Chloe happy? It's like I don't even matter. I stepped back, my heart pounding. I'd spent months thinking Tyler hated me because I was annoying. Because I didn't fit in. But that wasn't it at all. He was scared. Scared of losing his dad's attention. Scared of being replaced. And instead of talking about it, he'd been taking it out on me. I should have felt sorry for him. But I didn't. Because knowing why he was cruel didn't make it hurt any less. After that night, something shifted in me. I stopped trying to make Tyler like me. I stopped shrinking myself to avoid his comments. I decided that if he was going to treat me like I didn't matter, then I'd prove to myself and everyone else that I did. I threw myself into dance. I stayed after practice. I worked on my technique. I asked the coach for extra feedback. And slowly I started getting better. Really better. The coach started giving me solos. Other girls on the team started asking me for help. I was finally finding my place. Tyler noticed. I could tell because his comments got sharper. More pointed. Like he was trying to remind me that no matter how good I got, he'd always see me as less than. But for the first time I didn't care. I wasn't doing this for him. I was doing it for me. And then, the biggest opportunity of the year came up. Our school's winter showcase. It was a huge deal. The entire school attended. Parents, teachers, everyone. The dance team was performing, and the coach announced that she wanted to feature one person in a solo performance. He chose me. I was shocked. Terrified. Excited. This was my chance. My moment to show everyone, including Tyler, that I wasn't a joke. That I was talented. That I mattered. I started rehearsing every single day. Perfecting every move. Every expression. Every beat. I wanted this performance to be flawless. But Tyler had other plans. The day before the showcase, I went to the cafeteria for lunch. I left my backpack at my usual table while I got food. Big mistake. When I came back, Tyler was standing there, holding my notebook. The one where I'd written all my thoughts. My goals. My fears. My private feelings about dance. About him. About everything. My stomach dropped. Tyler, give that back. He grinned. Why? Is there something embarrassing in here? Give. Back. But he didn't. Instead, he climbed onto the table. The entire cafeteria went quiet. And then he started reading. Out loud. My goals for the showcase. My worries about messing up. My hope that maybe if I did well, people would finally see me as more than just Tyler's awkward stepsister. Everyone laughed. Tyler made it sound ridiculous. Like I was delusional for thinking I could be good at anything. I stood there, frozen, my face burning, tears stinging my eyes. I wanted to disappear. I wanted to scream. I wanted to grab the notebook and run. But I didn't. I just stood there until he finally tossed the notebook back at me. Good luck with your little performance, Chloe. Try not to embarrass yourself. The bell rang. Everyone left. And I sat down at that table and cried. For the first time I thought about quitting. About pulling out of the showcase. About giving up. But then I remembered something my dance coach had told me once. The best revenge is being undeniable. So I dried my tears. I picked up my notebook. And I decided that Tyler wasn't going to win. Not this time. The night of the showcase I was terrified. Backstage my hands were shaking. My heart was racing. I kept replaying the cafeteria scene in my head. What if I messed up? What if Tyler was right? What if I really was just a joke? But when the music started and I stepped onto that stage, something clicked. The lights. The energy. The music. It all felt right. And for the first time in months, I wasn't thinking about Tyler. I wasn't thinking about fitting in. I was just dancing. I hit every move. Every turn. Every beat. The audience was silent, watching. And when the final note hit and I struck my ending pose, the auditorium exploded. People were on their feet. Cheering. Clapping. Screaming. I looked out into the crowd. My mom was crying. My stepdad was beaming. My coach was clapping with the biggest smile on her face. And then I saw him. Tyler. Sitting in the back. Not clapping. Just staring. His face was unreadable. But maybe guilt. Maybe realization. I didn't smile at him. I didn't wave. I just walked off stage, my heart pounding, knowing that I'd just proven everything he'd ever said about me wrong. After the showcase, everyone was congratulating me. Friends, teachers, people I didn't even know. It felt surreal, like I was finally being seen. Not as Tyler's stepsister. Not as the awkward new girl. But as me. As Chloe. I was packing up my stuff backstage when Tyler walked in. Alone. He looked uncomfortable. Like he didn't know what to say. That was really good, he said quietly. I didn't respond. I just kept packing. Chloe, he stopped. Took a breath. I'm sorry. For everything. The cafeteria. The video. All of it. I was a jerk. I finally looked at him. Yeah. You were. I know this doesn't make it okay, but I was jealous. When you moved in, my dad started paying attention to you, making sure you were okay. And I felt like I was disappearing. Like I didn't matter anymore. So I took it out on you. And that was wrong. I crossed my arms. You humiliated me. Over and over. You made me feel like I was nothing. I know, he said, his voice breaking. And I'm so sorry. You're not nothing, Chloe. You never were. I didn't know how to deal with everything changing. I stood there for a long moment processing. Part of me wanted to forgive him, to let it go. But another part of me knew that I couldn't just erase months of pain with one apology. I'm not your joke, Tyler, I said firmly. I never was. And you don't get to treat me like one ever again. He nodded, tears in his eyes. I won't. I promise. Good, I said. And then I walked past him, out into the lobby where my family was waiting, ready to celebrate the night I finally took back my story. That night changed everything. Not just with Tyler but with myself. I realized that life flipped the script. Not because I changed him, but because I finally changed how I saw myself. I stopped waiting for his approval. I stopped shrinking to make him comfortable. I stopped believing his version of who I was. And you know what? He's been different since then. Not perfect, but better. He actually asks about dance now. He apologized to our parents for how he treated me. And slowly we're learning to coexist. As a real family. Not a perfect one, but a real one. If you've ever been treated like a joke by someone who was supposed to care about you, I want you to know something. You're not the punchline. You're the whole story. And the moment you start believing that, everything changes. So here's my question for you. Have you ever been underestimated by someone close to you? Have you ever proved them wrong? Drop a woman dancing in the comments. Because your story matters. And you deserve to be seen. This story explores the pain of being belittled by a family member, the courage it takes to rise above cruelty, and the empowering realization that your worth isn't defined by how others treat you, but by how you see yourself.